Due to the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, our online broadcast of today's episode has been altered to meet the DMCA guidelines. Several elements that were featured in the school broadcast will not be included in the version you are about to see. Many of our music and visual elements have been removed. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks for watching EVTV.
Somebody you can play with, that you will never find another, someone else it could be all in, so I'll be good for you, baby. Alright, yeah, I could be your safety. Oh, na, na, na. You're such a part of me, I can never forget.
Welcome to Eagle Vision for Throwback Thursday, October 4th, 2018. I'm Gabrielle, and today's top story highlights yesterday's pep rally. We had another fantastic homecoming tradition yesterday morning as we introduced our homecoming court and celebrated our football team. We look forward to this weekend's festivities. Tuesday night, the city of South Haven all but shut down as President Trump made his visit down the road at the Lander Center. He has been hitting the campaign trail for the last few weeks as midterms elections approached in early November. South Haven's mayor took to Twitter to apologize for the extreme measures taken by the Secret Services as church was completely closed off, as well as Interstate 55. Thousands of people showed up for the packed event to hear the president, including the governor, a handful of congressmen, and local dignitaries. In national headlines, anchor giant Sears and Roblox suffered another blow last Friday when the company's stock fell under $1. The retail giant share price dropped to 85 cents a share after the company's CEO issued a dire warning claiming the company was running out of time and cash and has to reconstruct to cut its debt. There's a $134 million debt payment due next week, and the company must convince lenders it has enough cash in reserve by Monday. Sears was once the largest retail employer in America, but those days are long gone. Shares have plummeted 88% over the past year.
We're down here on the A Hall, A9, Mr. Satcher, who teaches economics here at Horn Lake High School. Big headlines. Sears, one of the biggest companies, at one time, one of the biggest companies, probably the biggest company in the world. Recently, last week, their stock plummeted below $1 a share. Now, some analysts are saying that could force the NASDAQ to delist them. First of all, explain what the NASDAQ is, and then explain what delisting, why that would be such a big deal.
Okay. NASDAQ is one of three of the stock exchanges we have in the U.S., the New York Stock Exchange, the American Exchange, and the National Association of Securities Dealers, Automated Quotations, also called the NASDAQ. And what it is the NASDAQ is the umbrella under which Sears is traded. And when their stock price drops below $1, that's the minimum requirement for share prices is $1 and at least 400 shareholders. And once it drops below $1, it can be voluntarily delisted by the CEO or involuntarily delisted by the regulators of NASDAQ.
Okay. With Sears having the big name that they do, obviously this is going to be a little bit tougher of a thing to pull off, and people are probably going to be less likely to want to pull the trigger, realizing that if they are delisted, I'm assuming that's probably going to drive the cost down even more.
Yeah, most likely. But the benefit of delisting for some companies is they can still trade over what they call like a bulletin board. It's kind of like not necessarily a black market, but it's kind of off market, and they can still make money. But if you remember last year, Sears rolled out like 185 closures across the country. So Sears has been going downhill for about 5 years now. And to me, it looks like it could be almost the end of Sears, but who knows?
And when you said that it has some benefits, you're talking about what they would call penny stocks, which would be like the lower echelon of trading.
Right. If they trade it off market, they can still generate revenue and have shareholders and still have generate revenue outside of just their normal sales. So it'd be much cheaper stock. We were just talking about stocks the other day, and I looked up, I think it was Amazon, and it was like $1,700 a share. That's $1,700 for one. And we're talking Sears, you can get 1,000 shares for $80 or $800 now.
Right. So now's the time to buy if you think Sears is poised to make a comeback. Neither myself or you are readers of a crystal ball. What do you think is going to happen with Sears?
Sears looks like it's going the way of most of your major retailers. Amazon sales, online sales, Kohl's, all these different stores who sell online. I mean, if you're like me, you go online, you shop, you have it brought to your house the next day, no big deal. Sears, they may survive, but they've been around for couple hundred years, and the joke was when I was a kid, you bought their khaki pants. Everybody knew you had Sears khaki pants because you couldn't wear them out. They were awful. They were uncomfortable. You could scrape them on the pavement and the knees wouldn't wear out ever. Looks like they're finally meeting their end, though.
Ironic, wasn't it Sears that put out all of the mom and pop stores of its day when they rolled out their catalog business? Right.
You order from the catalog for mom and pop in the area if there wasn't a big Sears location. So yeah.
And if they had just moved all of their business model from the catalog straight to the internet, they probably wouldn't have let Amazon in the way they did.
Right.
October is National Bullying Prevention Month. Today, we're going to focus on physical bullying. Physical bullying is any bullying that hurts someone's body or damages their possessions. Stealing, shoving, hitting, fighting, and destroying property are all types of physical bullying. Physical bullying is rarely the first form of bullying that a target will experience. Often, bullying will begin in a different form and progress to physical violence.
It's now time for today's announcements. Pay attention, we are moving fast. Students, the Booster Club is selling homecoming t-shirts today for $12 during lunch. Horn Lake High is administering the ASVAB on October 23rd. This is a military entrance exam as well as a career inventory. Sign-up sheets are located on the bulletin board outside the counselor's office. This is for 10th, 11th, and 12th graders only. Sign-up ends Thursday, October 18th. The cross-country team is having Spirit Night tonight at Chick-fil-A from 5 to 10 p.m. Anyone planning to be in attendance must present your flyer when you order your food. Students, we have student section t-shirts for sale. One is $15, two is $25. You have the option of a maroon out shirt or a white out shirt. The deadline to order is this Friday. Mayor's Youth Council is holding a book drive for Le Bonheur Children's Hospital. They are asking if you have any gently used books for children ages 1 through 18 that you are willing to donate. Please drop them off in the library. Home Run for Habitat will be October 21st at Snowden Grove. The cost for registration online is $28. There will be a 5K, a kit dash, and a fall fest. We have lots of video content you don't get to see here on the show. Eagle Vision recently added a new program called Deeper History. To check this out and other programming you haven't seen on the show, head to hornlakehigh.com and click the subscribe link to get full access to our YouTube library. That's it for today's episode. Here at Horn Lake, we are better students, always growing and expecting more. Stay tuned for your lunch menus and athletic schedules. We'll see you here tomorrow. Have a fantastic day.
I ain't just another lover. Ain't somebody you can play with.